All right, guys, welcome back to another episode on the Dynamic Lifestyle Podcast. We have the one and only, the lovely Kamilla Nichole Manahan with us in the house. How you doing today?
Good, good. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. So I didn't butcher the name, right?
No, you killed it.
No, the pleasure.
I mean, I have a it's pretty white last name, Manahan. I mean, it just sounds very, it's not like that. All my other Filipino friends, very like Latino, very like De Castro, very, Roman. I have fucking Manahan.
Yeah, and that's why I asked before.
Easy.
Yeah, before I hit the record button, I was asking like, what's your ethnicity, nationality? Because I saw Nichole, and then it said Manahan, so I was just like, oh, well, maybe she's a mix of something.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, cool. So I know you're on the east side, so you're bright and early. You probably have your caffeine in. You're good to go.
I'm ready. I've been up since 6 a.m.
Yeah. Chris gets up earlier than me though, so he always like one-ups me on that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, who's in
I'm
LA?
in LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
You guys, everything's closed again. You guys don't listen. People in LA.
yeah, it's bad.
That's the damn truth.
Yeah.
You guys do not listen.
And then over here in Northern California, we got a bunch of wildfires. So I'm telling you, like, Cali is just like a big red zone.
Yeah. No, as I look outside my terrace, there's a huge black smoke. Sophia, if this is Sophia, can you look over here? Hold on 1 second. Sophia, can you look outside this window? We're gonna have a fucking that is intense. There's like a huge black smoke in front of me. And if we have a little moment, okay. Well, at least it'll be recorded if I go.
Oh, well, we'll keep it entertaining. We'll keep people updated with like what you can see outside. Yeah.
Okay, great.
All right, Kamilla. So welcome to the show. Let's kick this off. So we always like to open up with rapid, dynamic questions. You ready to go?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So you are pretty active on Instagram from what I see. So if you had like an opportunity to have a billboard over there in New Jersey that everybody can see, what would that billboard say and why?
Oh, wow. That's a good one. I would just have my Instagram handle. I would just have my Instagram handle with a fierce beauty shot from a studio that's like something like something themed like all red, something crazy, like just a makeup Vogue type style. It would just be my handle. And then they'll be like, because you only have a second to pass that.
Yep.
Let's get that handle and then they'll get to know me.
Gotcha. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, Kamilla, let's finish this sentence. The world needs more of.
Needs more of a sense of humor. Yeah. I feel like they do need a little bit more sense of humor. Everyone's so sensitive nowadays, as they should be, but a little too sensitive sometimes.
Yeah, like laughing's the best medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that.
No,
Sure.
I agree.
I'm the worst at serious conversations. I am the worst. I make a joke of everything.
Yeah. Whenever I'm having a bad day, like Chris just like, busts out his jokes and like I feel better.
Do you joke about like bad, like say like a fish died or like a pet died? Would you make like a light heart joke out of it?
I wouldn't go there, but I mean, I've got
I see. I will go there.
But I've been told I have some lame humor as well too, but I'm like, whatever.
Okay.
Everything's not serious. Got to laugh a little bit, joke around.
Absolutely. That's good. See, I take it a little too far.
Oh, shoot. All right. So what are 2 skills every entrepreneur should learn?
2 skills. Let's see. Patience.
Okay.
And organization, like being on schedule. Like those are just the main things you need to have in order to succeed in life. I feel like since I do have a good schedule, but with like even bedtime, sleeping, eating, and exercising, and make sure no matter what, I'm in the studio at this time, no matter what project I have, a schedule and something like that.
Okay. Yeah, organization's huge.
Yeah,
What would you say? what would you say 2 books like that are really game changers, like for you? Maybe it was the past year, maybe it was like over the course of like your lifetime.
Oh my God, this is the worst. I know. Oh God, I'm the worst at books. I'm barely getting into it. I know, it's so bad. It's just, the last books I read were Harry Potter books. I do not read books. I just listen to a lot of like TED Talks and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't really read books, but I do really need to start reading books because I thought reading books was more like you need to learn it or recite things, but it's almost like reading book is like subliminal, like it's stuck in your head and say it'll pop out when it needs to pop out. I thought reading was almost like just read with it, like the DMV, you know, read the manual, read this, and then recite it later. That's how I thought it was growing up. But now as I get older, I notice that the more I read about little things, say like since I have pets, like dogs, I read about like complications of what I could do. So that's all instilled inside my brain. I feel like it's there since I read it, so it'll come in handy.
Yeah.
That's why I need to read more, because now I understand the value of reading.
Yeah. No, but I like what you said about TED Talks, because those are super informative too. You can learn a lot. So what's like a TED Talk where you're just like, Jesus, like, man, this thing was like a mic drop. Like I learned so much stuff.
I love relationships ones. I love the entrepreneurship, but I feel like everybody has the same story in a way. And it's pretty much like the same like blueprint. It's very repetitive, but with like the emotional, like relationships type stuff, I can relate that with life, period, with anything I do, because it gets really deep and emotional. And, I feel like that's that.
Yeah, right on.
My favorite one was that guy. Actually, I forgot his name, but he lost his 2 legs in like a train accident or some type of accident, but he just kept going and doing his thing. So like trauma too.
Yeah.
It matters.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones though.
Yeah, there's a lot. It goes like, I was even, because I have like a koi pond now, so I'm like, there's TED Talks about koi ponds, and like fishes and their intelligence. I'm like, okay, this can go on and on and on.
Yeah.
What's
do you guys have one?
Geez, you know what?
I like
You guys are very. I love your. I was looking at your page. You guys are very entrepreneurish. Very much. You guys need a TED Talk, or if not, you guys already have one.
That'd be cool one day. That'd be cool. We got a pretty good story. I think I think so.
Yeah.
I think my favorite one is, do you know who Brene Brown is?
Mm-mm.
She's big on like guilt and shame, and she has one on the power of vulnerability and guilt and shame. And it's
Ooh, that's a good one.
Really, really good. So I would say that's like my favorite one though.
I'll definitely check that one out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should definitely have a TED Talk though about like how you opened up your own eyebrow threading salon over there back in Norco.
One day.
Yeah, he has one.
Oh wow. Okay, well, you guys are lucky. You guys have eyebrows. Like Filipinos, we have to like draw ours or get microbladed. Will you guys serve it? Will you guys do the microblading service?
You see, Kamilla, that's part of my lame humor right there. You didn't get it.
Okay.
He's totally kidding. He's totally kidding.
He doesn't have.
You can't joke about beauty.
Don't fall for that. I know, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, you would have been like, you probably like, oh shoot, like all interested and stuff.
I know. I'm like, okay, well, I'll trust you. Okay.
All right. So what's your go-to tip to stay focused?
To stay focused, I stick to one. I could have a million projects during the week or something. I would only stick to one at a time, or at least schedule them out and like an organization. Like, I don't know. I just try to stick with one project first, so I don't get my mind and imagination will go crazy. So after I attack one thing, I'll go on to the next. But I can't stop one thing and move on to the next. So I just try to tackle it by step by step or one by one.
Gotcha.
And that's how I can stay focused.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And plus it'll be fast. I'll annihilate it faster.
Okay. All right, so let's end this rapid questions with this last one right here. So what's something...
These are rapid. These are intense already.
We're just putting you at ease for all the other questions.
All right,
Take a sip for this one. All right, get ready for this one.
Okay.
So what's something surprising that the world doesn't know about Kamilla?
Uh, I put others first before myself. For sure, I love people. I just love people, and I just love friends. I just love having a core group of people, and I make sure they're good first before me. I know I may look like I'm all about myself, but once I get ready, listen, when I get ready and I put get ready and put my face on, then I walk outside, then everybody comes first.
Ah, I like that.
Just that part, like, as yeah, I put everyone first.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good quality.
That's great.
It's good.
I'm nice. I'm pretty nice.
Oh, you sound
Like a bitch. Everyone
Nice.
thinks I'm such a bitch.
You know what? It's unfortunate that, you know, a lot of people will always, you know, judge a book by its cover in that realm
Yeah.
too. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, that's why you just kind of, you know, show your actions, you know, do more of those random acts of kindness, and people start seeing, oh, there's like, this person's really down to earth. Like, there's more to this person than their looks.
Yeah. Like when a girl will say like, oh, wow, I really like your hair. I was like, oh, you want to borrow it? I can take it off right now. You know, I just try to calm it down a little bit, like make a little joke, if you will.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So no more of these rapid dynamic questions. So let's move on to some juicier stuff. So you are an entrepreneur, artist, influencer, content creator. So where did all this, where did all this drive come from? And I'm interested too, like in your upbringing. So did your parents always push you to do like more of these things, or were they kind of like, oh no, Kamilla, like just, you know, play it safe, do the status quo, 9-to-5 job, go to school, all that stuff?
See, my parents never really, as long as we had like straight A student, like we were like, not straight A's, but just do good in school. I have a Filipino mom, and I have a white stepdad who raised us. So me and my sister. So as long as we had like good grades, and they never really, they always let me be creative as possible. So I did art. They let me do anything I want. So I feel like, yeah, my parents have played a good role by letting me do whatever I want. But what was the question again?
Yeah, I was like, where did the drive come from? Like, just like
The drive.
to do all this stuff that you're doing right now.
The creativity and the freedom is literally the best. And I love having all creative control of everything. And I can make anything come to life. And they, because of my wild imagination, I feel like brands just agree with me and like, okay, that does not sound real, but okay, we'll roll with that. And I was like, I can make it happen.
Yeah.
Making the what is that thing called? Making the unimaginable happen. I don't know, something like that. I can make fucking anything come true. You tell me what you want, I can make it happen.
You can bring it
to yeah, you want to make this tree float? You want it to fly? What do you want? Anything.
And then like, did that bring you with like your cinematography skills? Like, where did that come from? You know, that kind of like side of things, and like, you know, how did you pick up that skill?
So I was actually started as an Instagram model, if you will. I was just living my life. This was before Instagram was even a thing, before social media even did sponsored ads or anything like that. A fitness brand reached out to me, who I still work with at this point. Do you guys remember Shreds?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they reached out to me and they're like, hey, we want to give you some products and you could post for some money. And I was like, what? I get to post this and I get paid on my Instagram? This was before any sponsorship even happened. So I did that, and they like, everything, engagement was good. So I just kept doing that, and I was just like, okay, could be like a career path, because at the moment I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was just doing like bottle service, like doing absolutely nothing, living my life. And I was like, oh wow, I'm actually getting paid just taking photos. And then I started doing shoots with photographers, and they were just not getting. And this was like right when professional photography was everything, or was just starting. And I was just like, I was so good at taking my own photos. I'm very uncomfortable with these photographers. Now we have like 1 million, but before there was like just that random guy with a camera that claimed he was a photographer. And they weren't taking my photos the way I wanted them. So I decided, I was like, I'll just take my own photo. I bought my own camera, taught myself how to remote, all that stuff, and then edited myself. And I was like, wow, this is easy. This is so easy. And that's how I got with it.
Yeah. And I'm curious too, like, cause you're talking about like you were an influencer for a little bit, right? And that's kind of like a popular trending word, is becoming like an Instagram influencer. So if you don't mind sharing, I mean, just kind of like the real raw, like behind the scenes, like what does that really consist of? You know what I mean? Because there's all different perceptions and like, you know, definitions of being an influencer.
Well, I feel like my lifestyle is very much inspiring because it's something like I would want to do when I grow up. I don't know if I consider myself an influencer. I mean, I like things, and a lot of girls are really interested in like what hair or shampoo I use or anything, or my lifestyle or equipment that I use. Everything I do, people are so like, they want to incorporate with their life. So I guess you can call me that, but
So would it be more of like a brand ambassador?
I would call myself like a creative content director, because
Okay.
I am that for like multiple brands. And my personal brand right now, what you see on Instagram, all the little TikToks, that's actually just for fun. That's not what I do. I actually just work for a lot of it. My Instagram has a link. It's called Visions by Kamilla. That's like my production thing that I'm starting to post a lot of my production videos that I do for sponsored ads for different brands with products. That's what I mainly do. Like, that's my life. I just incorporate the skills that I developed in that department into my personal life. So I'm just having fun on my Instagram.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So then like when you like, so take us kind of through this step process. Like, so do these big brands like seek out you, or do you have like a team just like seeking out different brands that you're like congruent with, that like, you know, fit the same values, all that stuff? And then what are some red flags that kind of turn you off from these different brands?
Okay, so since I was raised with Shreds, Skinny Bunny, it's very sponsored ad. Every video I created was specifically for ads. So I developed that. Instead of showing tits and ass and, you know, products, I like developed and I learned and taught myself how to create like almost commercial type ads so they can use it for platforms. So, and I noticed how brands love that. That's all they want, like a small production, for a big production with a small price, especially now that Instagram, they don't have to go through like a huge company to create something like for a launch. So, yeah.
Yeah. And I like that. A big production with a small budget,
With
right?
a small budget and with a small team and with a fast turnaround time.
Yeah, because like the perception is always like, oh, you know, I gotta have like a videographer, I gotta have a whole like photography team, makeup, hair, all that, right?
I was like, nah, I got you. I'll be the model. I'll record myself. I can edit it. I'll give it to you in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So then, okay, so once you do book a brand deal with somebody that you're like, okay, this is great, this makes sense, like what is the process like what's their expectations from you? Do you have to like do they give you entire layout of like all these different bullet points or what?
Some do. I just speak their language, because I know as influencers, they don't want to show too much of the product because they want to stick with their personal brand. They want it to flow organically. But I know what brands love, and brands love the fact that I know that they like showing their product, giving them like a 15-second cameo of just the product. Very detailed, very brandy. Even though it's not going to get as much views, I'll still get paid, you know, regardless. I'm like, okay, at this point, it's just like these come and go. So I make sure I give them what they want, exactly what they want, regardless of my following. Like my followers will know, oh, I always tell them like, yo, you guys, I got to pay bills at some point. So you guys just tolerate these every once in a while. They'll be creative. They'll be creative and fun, but I really appreciate the brand, and I'm like grateful for these opportunities. So I make sure they have their moment.
Yeah, gotcha. And then just really quick too, I want to add to this. So for like the aspiring like female entrepreneur that wants to get into this, like just like as like, you know, putting out brands and just like putting out products as well too. Let's say like just like cosmetic stuff, like shampoos, skincare stuff. Like what's like your go-to tip for them to really stand out like in this type of niche and market?
If they want to get into the beauty industry.
Yeah, and just become good content creators on like how to display it via like, you know, content, video, all that stuff.
Yeah, for like paid sponsorships.
Well, first, I only take sponsorship to brands that I stand for, brands that I love, and brands that I use on me. So I know how it looks on me, so I can sell it more organically, and I will sell it because I use it on the daily. So make sure it's the products that you love and stand by. And once, I don't know, I feel like it'll just flow. If you really like it and you love it, then everything will just be a piece of cake. And all you have to worry about is the production, which is,
Yeah.
So your whole team, like you got a team that takes care of like all the production, everything.
I do everything myself. I've done everything myself for the past 5 years. I recently just got this new studio, which I rented this specific studio, like full on studio.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You could see, just to do content.
Yeah.
Just for content, I'm training one other girl and another guy. So there's 3 of us in here just creating content, which is so nice because I can get really, really creative now that I can get like the videographers and the editors, because that takes such a long time. But I learned perfecting that craft, just YouTube everything. Just everything's out on YouTube. You can learn anything.
Yeah.
Just find your style and you'll learn so much from different types of techniques.
Yeah. So this is okay. This is another good point. So now you made me think, because so you were not always at this level where you're able to like rent out this nice, beautiful apartment with all this like production stuff. So like I'm saying, so so for somebody that's barely getting into it, that doesn't have like this budget to do all this, like you just recommend just like, using the iPhone as a camera, putting things on YouTube and just getting creative.
Or go to locations. If you don't have a location, I always, New York I'm thankful for New York because like I can get anywhere. There's so many places here. I will find the like when I'm riding my bike, I'll be like, oh wow, that's a good coffee shop to do some type of content. I love scouting locations if you can't do it from home, because like at my actual house, I was literally doing product stuff and content underneath like my staircase. All you need is one big window, honestly, and how you place props. Like go to Michael's, buy these random things and use them as backgrounds. You can literally go to Home Goods and like just create your own like set. It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
As long as you get creative and
yeah. And I like that though, because it's like such simple tips and practical. Like you said, go to Michael's, like rent out a studio, scout some like places out that you see, you know what I mean? So that's good stuff for the listeners.
1 second. Yeah, no, this job is you can you can make anything look like anything, especially if for product photography, it's just such a small space. It's literally a corner of a table or a corner of a room.
Yeah, no, it's good. So I want to switch gears here, okay? And I want to talk about kind of like, lifestyle and those type of things. So what are you just completely unapologetic about and really stand by in your life? And I like giving this example to where it's like, if you go to an ocean and there's a rock there, the wave is just hitting that rock over and over. That rock is standing there. It's not going anywhere. It's unapologetic about being there in that ocean. So with you, like what in life do you sit there and just like stand by and won't like budge for anything?
Repeat that one more time.
So like in your life, like what do you stand by and you're just like unapologetic about that? Nobody can convince you to do something different. It's like you stuck your flagpole in the ground. This is what I stand by. This is like what I believe in.
Like I would say, that's a good one. Okay, so when I do get brand deals with with content and stuff or people in general, I have my opinion and I know what works sometimes. Is this regarding life or my work?
Yeah, let's say life or business,
Okay, so with business, I would say, hold on. Let me just think for a minute.
The deep one.
That's a good one. These are hard. Okay.
gonna be like, I don't want to be on their podcast ever again.
No, I feel like, hold on, give me a few years in order to do this podcast. Like, I'm used to like, what's your favorite mascara? Damn, okay, we're going deep. Okay. I stick to when we create something for like a brand or say, they have their say, I have mine. Sometimes brands don't know what will work. I try to hold on, I don't want to piss anyone off.
Nah, you won't.
I don't know. I feel like when I come with a project, I feel I will have a group conversation of what they want at the end of the day and how the video will end. But sometimes I get micromanaged by these brands. Of course, I have to listen because like I will listen to a point, but they give you really, really step by step. Like, oh, we want this. Can you do this? Like little tiny things. Like, can you remove the light? It was shining a little too much on the. I'm like, what? Sometimes I don't even change some stuff after final edits. I micro tweet it, whatever they want, like just tiny little things, but I truly just stick to how I think it should be. Or I don't know, with my production, I feel like I just trust myself, like really good with my production.
Yeah. Because what you're saying is essentially like, you're the creator. That's what they hired you for. So it's kind of like, don't come in here kind of like, give me all
telling me my job, how to do
right, telling you how to do your job, right?
Yeah, but I don't really experience that. Maybe that's why it's hard for me, because I haven't really like ran into that problem or any where I had to like just stand.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you're the artist, you're the content creator. They're coming to you to help them bring their products and stuff to life. So I understand.
In a way, but then again, like I've never really had to think about something like this deep to that extent. I have a pretty creative, like my lifestyle is very much open and just a happy place.
Yeah. Okay.
And I won't have to have that conversation with anyone. Hopefully.
Okay. So I'm gonna do a follow up one. This might be deep too. So what is the biggest insecurity you have right now?
With
Just in your personal life or as a person?
Sophia, where's the wine? Give me the fucking wine. You're going Oprah on me.
Oh man, that was funny.
All right, damn. My biggest insecurities probably would be I'm not moving fast enough and I won't get to where I need to be, because I want to start a family.
Okay.
But I want to make sure my career goes off, so when my little girl or my little boy can just follow my footsteps, I'll have like a blueprint, just have it just for them, and have it just pave the way just for a nice, clean lifestyle and super easy and breezy for them. So I just want to make sure I get that before time like ends.
Yeah. So you just feel like that, like you haven't reached that level of success that you envision in order to like feel like comfortable to have a family and just be like, okay, we're good. Like I want to put my kids in a good position going forward.
Yeah, I want to be in a good place too. But at the same time, I know like my boyfriend, I've been with him for 6 years. He owns multiple brands. I know what it takes to be successful, and I'm just not sure I'm capable of how he handles things. Like I'm there to support and love and make sure family household is great, which I also do the content for all the brands that he owns, but still I have like this mental space of like it's not as stressful as his job, and I know it's going to take a lot to get to where I need to be, and I'm just afraid like my mental state of mind, I can't balance my my state of sanity.
Yeah.
I'm just afraid I might lose that.
Yeah. I got you.
You have to be selfish. Yeah, right? You have to be like selfish and like an asshole to be almost, in a way, you have to be a little bit like that to get to the fucking top, like to where you want to be in life,
exactly,
to hit your goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I can honestly relate, and I appreciate you being honest like that. You know, like I've been with my fiance for like close to 10 years, and like, you know, we're gonna get married next year, and just on top of that, you know, it's just like I just turned 35, and then, you know, so I'm thinking about obviously a family going forward too, and just all the craziness going on in the world, and I'm not yet satisfied where I'm at, like, you know, career wise and entrepreneur wise. So it's a lot of pressure, you know.
Yeah, so I have to make a decision. I feel like I'm scared to have to make that. I don't want to have to make that decision of, should we just bring a child in here and I can be that, the mother, the one. Listen, if my full-time job is to be a housewife and a mother, I will be that. I will be that very best. But do I want to sacrifice what I have built to just be that and just give the world to? Yeah, I mean, it's not like the end of the world. I mean, like, we'll be taken care of. I know Dad will make sure everything's good, but I just want to make sure I have it good too.
Yeah. I appreciate you opening up about that.
Yeah. Well, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Good
I got
job.
one more good one for you, right? And then after this, we can crack open the vino.
Okay, yes.
So what are you craving more of in life right now?
More brand deals.
Okay.
What am I craving in life right now? I feel, just more work. I love pressure. I wish more work came it's very organized. Yes, I get it with everything going on in the world right now, but I just crave more products and more. I just crave it. I'm craving it.
Okay. So in the game of entrepreneurism, right, because it is a game, there's going to be highs and lows. There's going to be dark seasons. So during those dark times, what do you do to just, like, you know, keep yourself mentally just tough and just get through those dark times?
Friends and family, and just enjoying life. I call it being a whole. I always tell my boyfriend, can I just be a whole today? And just literally sit there and just like be with my friends, having not even conversations about social media, none of that, just like enjoying, like going out with my sisters and just talking about childhood, just being stupid, being nothing. Like, I need that break in my brain. Since Monday to Friday, I am so always, my mind is running. I need to give my mind a break during the weekends. I just need my friends and family around where I could be stupid, say the most obnoxious thing. And before, I thought that was like not healthy for a mindset of an entrepreneur, but I feel like I need that mental break, and without them, I'd go crazy.
Yeah.
And I had to build that in Jersey. Like, oh God, I had no one here.
Yeah.
And their humor is not the same as California humor.
Yeah, but no, it's a lonely thing. Like, people don't get it. Like,
yes.
People are like, oh man, like entrepreneurism's like this amazing thing. It's like a trendy thing, but it's like once they get into it, they don't understand like how lonely it is. It's like sometimes you move to different places for sacrificing, and you have absolutely nobody. So that's when like the EQ, the mental toughness has to be really, really just there, you know, because you're gonna be battle tested every single day.
Yeah, like it's not the fun. It can be fun, yes, but you have to have that good balance. You also have to build those relationships outside of work, because it's tough. You have to have the right mindset to be an entrepreneur, or even in this business. Like, even on social media, they think, like, when I do like a makeup tutorial, I look so glam. I'm ready to go to like dinner, but little do they know I filmed at like 2 a.m. in the morning. I have to wash it off and go to bed. Like, it's not that great.
Yeah.
It's not that fun. And then I have to edit for hours and hours where my eyes are popping out of my head. And it ain't that fun. So,
I bet.
Yeah, it's called the boring work that we have to keep doing just every day, day in and day out, you know?
Yeah. But at the same time, like, the reward will be great. And before, me and my boyfriend would say, oh, we want to retire by 35. But I'm like,
no.
We changed that. We're like, as long as we're healthy and we're happy, I will start traveling, because I wanted to travel the world. And I was like, I want to make sure, before like a couple years ago, I'd be like, I want to make sure I look good in a bikini when we go travel the world, because that's all we're going to do. But at this point, listen, I could be 50. And as long as it takes me 50 years, I don't give a fuck. As long as I'm I don't need to, as long as it takes in order to, I'm willing to have the patience. I'm not going to rush it, because if I rush it, my sanity, I'm going to go crazy. So I like to take things like slow now and just let it play out, but just keep doing what I'm doing, but and to keep my mind sane.
Yeah,
love it. No, I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's talk about your lifestyle.
I will be that 50, 60-year-old in a one piece killing everybo's.
Hey,
Trust me. I don't care.
A virtual fist pump to that.
I don't care.
All right, let's talk about lifestyle. Since the podcast is called the Dynamic Lifestyle Podcast, we are a little bit weird about people's lifestyle, their habits and stuff like that. So kind of walk us through like a day in the life of Kamilla. You know, like what time do you wake up? What do you do in the morning? Like midday? How do you shut it all down? Fun stuff, all that good stuff.
Okay, so wake up at 6 a.m. We wake up. I have on my bed, I have on the side of my bed, I have my pre-workout and a bottle of water. I have an alarm that says 6 a.m., take your pre-workout. I roll out of bed. I'm still sleeping. I make my pre-workout. I sip it and I go back to bed until it kicks in. 10 minutes later, I'm up. I'm forced to go up. And that's my caffeine intake for the day.
So no
maybe one coffee throughout the day. And then I would thank God for my dogs. I have 2 Yorkies. Because of them, I'm able to step out. I have to make sure they're good first, walk them first in the morning, go to the studio, shoot anything I have to shoot. I take advantage of natural sunlight and daylight. That's the best lighting to me when it comes to lifestyle photography and videography. I try to get all the shooting done by noon. So by morning, first thing in the morning, everything. And then I take a break, take my dogs out again, might go to lunch, do something, take an hour nap in between. So like around 3, I will take an hour nap, or 4, or a bike ride. I have to mix match or workout. It's either nap or workout or something like that to keep my mind like kind of away from work. And then I go into editing, and then bedtime by 9. And then the cycle starts over and over.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But it's fun because it's like different projects all the time. So it's kind of exciting. It's fun.
Yeah. That's interesting though. Why do you put editing towards the end of the day?
Because I need the natural light. The natural light is very valuable to me. So as much content I could shoot with natural light while I have the sun, and nighttime is where I can focus more on my screen and the colors and just really just lock myself. And I hate editing during the daytime because I feel like I'm just missing out on so much shit I can create.
Yeah.
I hate it.
It makes sense.
Even with all this COVID and lockdown stuff going on?
Oh my God, I'm having the most fun because I know no one's out. I have a view of New York City, and I'm like, I'm having so much fun in my studio shooting because I know none of y'all are open and everyone's at home. So I love it.
That's why there's no FOMO.
I'm thriving. Absolutely. There's no FOMO.
Yeah.
I hope it's just kidding. I hope it stays forever. I like it. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, you
because before,
like COVID.
Yeah, low key, this happening. But before, when I was like building my production team, I would always look out and be like, damn, I wish I was in that rooftop pool.
Yeah.
Which sucks. It sucks to have like that New York view and just working.
I can't imagine. I've never been to New York's, but it's like,
what?
So I can't imagine if I had that view, there's no way I'd be so distracted. I couldn't stay focused like that.
I know, it's so depressing. But weekends, Friday or Saturday and Sunday, I won't even open my laptop. I'll make sure, no matter what, I will make sure Saturday and Sunday is open to family time, friend time, dog time. I take them to Central Park and stuff. Yeah. But I'll make sure weekends are completely off. That's my rule. That's my biggest rule.
Yeah, that's good. That's awesome. Good. That's what we advocate to like all the people that we help with their businesses. Just have 1 to 2 days where you just completely just reset, just no computers, nothing, and then just like a good little like rule of thumb to get like recharged for the week.
Yeah, and are you married too?
No, I'm not. No,
Okay.
no,
Do you have a girlfriend?
I don't.
Okay, well,
I'm
sucks
too.
for
I'm
you.
just too focused.
Okay, so
No,
dad.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. So
So
just
see, that's why I love like having a relationship during this time is so helpful because you have that significant other to almost like go home to and just kind of just like you're not really missing out on things. I feel like you get to build that. Like I use my effort, like my left of my energy towards the day to rebuild, like build in that department with my relationship.
that's good though.
Yeah,
So,
I hear the dating scene's rough during quarantine times.
Do you is the Tinder, does it say like positive or negative for COVID? Or do you have to ask that? Can I see your antibody? Do you got the antibody?
You're asking the wrong person.
Yeah, I'm talking to a single one.
No, I'll be 100% honest. I'm not about those like dating apps. I've never used that. So
Honestly, at this day and age, I would use the dating app if I was single because we're busy.
yeah.
And you could
That's
always
true.
you could
That's
always
true.
always go to Starbucks, and if you don't like what you see, just walk away and be like, "Hey, sorry, family emergency." You know?
Yeah. Dude, I just gotta be more open to it. So maybe one
Yeah.
day.
See, yeah, that's good that you're focused though.
You're focused
That's
right
awesome.
now. Yeah.
So what about you though with your relationship? How do you balance that? One question, like one
Yes.
how you balance everything.
Great question. I shut it off like at pretty much 6 to 7 every night. And that's like my present time to be able to hang out with my fiance. And then I say basically half day on Saturday I work and then Sunday completely off, you know? So
Awesome.
that's how it works out pretty well. And it hasn't been
That's
easy.
it.
You know?
Just one day a week is all we need.
Yeah.
That's
Just one
it.
full day.
One or even just a lunch for me is like that's it. Just feed me food. It's very, very, very important.
Yeah, absolutely.
And plus you're getting ready for like the child. Like you're gonna need days off, you know.
Yep. You're scaring him. I'm just kidding.
No, it's gonna be so fun. He's gonna be right there next to you with the podcast headphones.
Yeah.
Listen, I want to bring a child into this life to form into me. I ain't making it for them. Listen, I'm bringing you in here and I'm gonna create you as I want.
Yeah, that's hilarious. All right, Kamilla. So as we're coming to an end to this episode, and this has been great. Like honestly, we can keep going for days, like just having these conversations.
Yeah,
But,
you guys are asking questions that could like just branch off into.
Yeah. It's been cool.
It's very
That's
deep.
good enough. Yeah, that's good. But before I ask the last question, I just want to take a moment to acknowledge you, just for everything that you're doing. I see just like that hustle you have in you, and you just seem like such a really good, down to earth person, and you have a huge, huge vision. I see it in you, and it's just, I just, for everything that you're doing, and you're going to be doing going forward, I just want to wish you the best of success going forward.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
and I
You
just want to
guys-
say, just thanks for being real on this show and this talk and just opening up. Like this is what's made this conversation so great. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys for being you two and being cool. You guys are pretty cool. These are fun. Isn't podcasts fun though? Yeah.
Oh, they're fun. We
Yeah.
love these.
Like I honestly, that's all I watch. When I get ready, I don't even watch anything but podcasts. It's so fun. You could actually get to express what you can't express on your social media.
Exactly.
And I love that. It feels so good. I'm
Yeah.
like, what do I need to say that I need to get out of my chest that I can't really say in my stories because it's not relatable to what I'm doing at the time, because I'm trying to teach them how to work a camera, but I can't go out here and be like, by the way, take a Saturday off. Like, these are great. So.
Yeah. Well, I truly think that if you do choose to share this episode with your audience, they'll really, really appreciate it. And they'll be like, damn, like they really just like, learned a whole new level about you.
Yeah, I love it. No, for sure. And I love that this is a video call. A lot of ones now are not even doing video call. They're just doing audio.
Yeah. And I mean, they'll learn Eric's single and he's ready to mingle.
Oh, hey. I have 90% women in mine. And they're all in LA.
Oh, that's funny. All right, Kamilla. So my last question to wrap this up is, what is your definition of living a dynamic lifestyle?
Have fun.
Yeah.
Just have fun. Have fun. Don't take anything too seriously, but just have fun. Just don't forget to it's not that big of it. There's some serious, bigger issues in the world sometimes.
Yeah.
So, just relax a little bit.
I like it.
It ain't that serious. That's what I always tell my boyfriend, but it doesn't work. So, but you know, yeah.
I like it. Love it. Now, is there anything that we can support you on, and where can the listeners like go and follow and see all the cool stuff you're doing?
Yeah, well, everything's on my Instagram, but I listened and read comments and reply to every comment. So don't DM me though, unless it's business inquiries. But comment that, and like any questions they might have for video editing, anything, any questions regarding my profession, write it there, because I want to start answering. I don't want to just be a face and show you guys these cool tricks and transition and editing and all that stuff if you guys can't learn it, because like a lot of people want to learn it. So if you guys comment that and just write it, and I will explain that and answer your questions there.
Awesome. And what's your Instagram?
Kamilla Nichole.
Kamilla Nichole.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll have all that linked up in the show notes. Once again, Kamilla, thank you so much for joining
We're
us.
going to have to do this 5 years later, because I feel like I will answer your questions a little bit more deeper when I'm a lot wiser.
Yeah, we'll definitely have you on again. We'll have to do it in person. Normally we do our podcast interviews in person, but COVID.
When are you guys going to start doing that?
I don't
We
know.
did them a lot, but we got
Right,
hit.
but when are you guys able to?
I'm not sure. Like, to be honest, like Eric's over in NorCal, I'm here in, LA, and like, some of the like buildings we used to do them out of, like a co-working space, they're still kind of like closed and
You guys
major
just
restrictions,
You guys
so.
just meet during, like if you have a special guest, you guys just fly in?
Yeah, we've done that before. Yeah, we've done that before. But going forward, we'll probably start doing them probably like in the next couple months, if not for sure, early 2021, because I want to get back to doing that. It's just a better dynamic of like meeting people, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like in person, it's just so much more
Oh, yeah.
intimate.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Even just seeing faces now, because in my other podcast, I was just like, do you get it? Do you understand? I don't see head nods or anything.
Yeah. And we'll have a bottle of wine right there too. Yeah.
1942. Oh my God. I've never had
There you go.
I haven't had 1942 ever, and I tried for the first time last weekend. Why drink anything else? You know how many calories is in that little tiny thing? Nothing.
Yeah, it's good. Good
The
stuff.
best.
All right, guys. So make sure you guys go follow Kamilla and everything she's doing. And until next time.
Okay, thank you. Bye.